Well, Bob, another edition of the Garden Show in the books, and a strange weather pattern this week with 2 80-degree days, and it dried us out. We need that rain, don't we?
Yes, the soil moisture is very, very low. People should be watering just to make sure we get enough moisture on some of the plants. Also, good time to be fertilizing some things. Your roses and some of those things need a little extra nitrogen after that frost. So if you had frost damage on your trees or shrubs or whatever, it's a good time to fertilize. Probably want to use 12-12-12 on most things. That will help them recover from that frost damage and then the dry, windy conditions we had. Keep them watered, keep them fertilized. They'll come back and should do beautifully for you next year.
Even though we had 2 hot days earlier this week, still not enough to keep that soil warm. It's still pretty cold out there.
It is. Soil's very cool yet, and you know, I'm not going to plant my tomatoes or peppers just yet. I like to hold off until the soil's good and warm, typically around Memorial Day. Our last expected frost is May 25th, so I would wait another week. Certainly buy your plants, but you probably want to wait to put them in. And if you plant things like tomatoes or peppers or squashes, good idea to grow them on landscape fabric, because that will actually increase your production and decrease the amount of weeding that you have to do.
And the National Weather Service also is projecting below normal temperatures to continue all the way into June, so it could be a little bit later of a crop this year.
Well, and we've had years where we've had a frost after Memorial Day, a killing freeze even. So, you know, May 25th is the last expected frost, but it's not to say we can't have one around Memorial Day weekend. So if you plant early, you may end up getting burned.
Is there anything else that we need to look for this week?
Well, right now with all the rain and so forth that's coming, you're going to want to try to keep your lawn mowed. Try to shear off roughly about 1/3 of the blade of grass. And if you have any extra grass clippings, spread those over the bare areas or areas where you may have moss, and that'll help fill those areas in.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you next week.
All right, sounds good.